Hi, hello all, welcome back to Data Vidhyalaya. I am Suresh Reddy Nusi. In the previous video, we have seen the concept of variable, how to define a variable, how to assign a value to a variable. We have seen in the previous video. So in this particular video, we will be going through the particular concept called data type. Here we have seen we will see the different types of data types and what are the built-in data types available in Python and all. So we'll be going through that in detail in this video, and we'll be practicing few examples related to the data type. So before going into the concept of the uh, data types, like please subscribe this channel, and if you want to share to your friends and colleagues and all, please share it with them, and please click on the like button so that it will be shared to so many people and all, and comment it comment if you have any queries. Okay, if you find anything uh, not able to understand and all, please comment it so that I will make it more simple for you to make it better understanding for you. Okay, yeah, let's get into the topic of the today's agenda, data types. Yeah, so the agenda for the today is like what is a data type, okay, and what are the built-in data types based on the data. And in Python, what are the built-in data types, that we'll be going through that. And we'll go through the one of the data type, numerical related data types, okay, and how we can convert from one data type to the other data type, uh, called type conversion. So that also we'll be going through that in this particular video. So let's get into the Google Colab environment. Yeah. Yes. So mostly there are few data types, like once you start writing the program now, like you know what is a variable, and you will define a variable, like you will assign a value to it. Okay, so we need to understand what type of that variable, like what is the data inserted into that. Okay, so what is the data type of it. So for example, you are creating a variable called x, okay, and you are assigning a value called 10 to it. Okay, what is the type of that variable, what data has been assigned. Okay, in order to get that, no, we have a few built-in data types in Python. Okay, so there are, I have just formatted in a table so that you will be easy to remember and get into that and all. So here that, so we have different types of data, like in the real world environment, like we have different types of data, like we have integer data type, we have float data type, we have complex data type. So if you don't know, like I will get into the examples and all in the next uh, I mean, like sales and all, we will be getting into that. And we will be seeing the number of text data, we'll see the Boolean data, we'll see the sequence related data, where like list, tuple, range and all, where you can store a list of objects and list of images, list of numerical values. Okay, tuple, range is the sequential data types in available in Python. And mapping, like where we will have a key value pair, we call it as a dictionary in it. Okay, so dict is one of the data type we will be using in Python. And set is one of the data type, like where we will be making a particular set of numerical values or the text values and all, that we call it as a set and frozen set and all. Binary, bytes, byte array, memory view. So these are these are the memory based data types, like where will be stored based on the memory data types. Okay, and none type is like where we will be assigning just the value of none to it and all. None type is one of the very data type available in Python. So so basically, if you want to assign a single value and all, we mostly use the first three. Okay, numerical, text and boolean. So if you want to extension of it, like where we need a collection of it and all, then we will use the remaining like sequence type of data, mapping, set, binary, none type. So you remove the binary and none type. That is like memory based data types that we use. Okay. So but sequence, mapping, set and all, mostly we will in the industry we'll use list and dictionary. Okay. Tuple also, like for the set of data we'll use tuple and set also. Range is like to define the different range of the data, like from 0 to 100 and all that we'll be using that range and all. And dictionary is like key value pair, like where we'll be adding the index to it. So sequence is like where we'll be adding the index to it, like sequence, mapping, set and all, we'll add index value. So that will be going in detail like when we come to that particular data type. So far we in this video, like we'll go get into that numerical data types. Okay. Yeah. So for example, simple example, like for example, X is a variable and 15 has been assigned. Okay. In Python, like it will automatically understand like what type of that value, whether it is in numerical and all, no, it will automatically assign a value, assign a type, data type to that particular value and assign it to a variable. So that we have already discussed in the previous video. So in this particular, I have been assigned a value of X is equal to 15 and I will print the type of the X. So it will be automatically assigned to a particular type called int. Okay. And the same way Y is equal to data Vidhyalaya. Here it is a string data type, and X is, Z is equal to true. That is a Boolean data type. Okay. So we will just see this. Okay. Yeah, I have run this particular cell. So there is a built-in feature in Python. Okay, it will where the value, the specific value has been assigned to a variable. No, it will automatically identify the type of it. Okay, so what is the type of it, variable and all, whether it is integer or a string or boolean and all. So that's what I have clearly mentioned, that when you assign a variable to value to a variable, and in order to find out, we will use type keyword. We will use type of that value, variable name we'll use to find out the data type. Okay, that's how, like first one is as you all know, like it is an integer data type, and the second one is a text related, no, so it is a string data type, and the third one is the boolean, no, where it is like two values only, true false is the only two values in boolean. So we will have a type called boolean. Okay. So now we'll enter into the numerical data types. Like we have three numerical types that we have already seen. Like one is like int, float, and the complex. Okay. So integer, first one is like integer is the keyword. So these are all the keywords. Okay. Int is for the integer data type. Float is for the float data type. Complex is the complex data type. But it all falls under a particular type of data called numerical data type. Whereas string, no, string is mostly related to the text. That you will be going through the NLP, no, natural language processing and all, no. Then you will have a clear cut idea, like only will work on the string data only. Okay, text data. I mean to say text data. Okay, Boolean, as I said, like true or false. List is like where you will be storing multiple values, like we with a squared brackets, adding a index value to it, like 0 1 2 3 and all that we will be getting. Tuple also same way. Range is like between the range of and all. Dictionary is like we will be defining with a flower bracket, where it has a combination like key value. Instead of index, no, in list we will have a key value on. Okay. Set also like the same way, where you can store it, like, but it is not editable, like where we can make it a like constant and all, where immutable and all. So that we'll see. Frozen set is like 100% immutable. We cannot change the data. So that we'll see in that. Okay. So far we'll be going through the numerical data types, like int, float, and complex. Okay. So integer, first one is the int data type. So integer is a whole number, just like 1, 10, 100, 250, 280 and all that, we call it as a whole number, which is either positive or negative. Whether it is a positive whole number or negative whole number, with the unlimited length and all. Unlimited length is like whatever the length of the word and all, no, infinity, like you can use that particular integer and all. So so these are the three ways of defining that. For example, you can directly assign like int and or int of 1. So 1 will be assigned as a integer, one value is assigned as an integer data type to the x. Okay, here directly you will understand why. Directly will understand, we are asking 1 2 3 4 9, like that we have assigned the value to y. No, so y automatically assigns that it is a integer data type. Okay, z is equal to minus under, it's a negative whole number. Okay, so that also it will automatically assign, it's like a class type of int and all. So suppose if you if you print all the three, so it's jar. So 1 2 3 and all, so it all files into the integer data type. Okay, so simple terms, like integer is a whole number, whether it is a positive or negative of the infinite length. Okay, next is the float data type. Float is nothing but a decimal number. Okay, whether you have a, point, no, like you will be considering a decimal points and all. So decimal number, so is a number which is either same here also, like decimal positive number, negative number, which has multiple number of decimals and all after the after the point. Okay, so here also we can directly initiate that by using the float of that particular value assigned to a variable called x, and y is like again 1.01. Okay, so it automatically understands the Python in built-in means like interprets that y is a float variable where it has a float data type value in it. Okay, the same way z, it's a negative decimal number. Okay, so print of this and all. Okay, that's how we can use that float and all. So float, yeah, next, float values can also have scientific values which are with e to the power of indicator. So you would have heard when you are learning the numbers concept, no, like where e to the power of 10 and all. So where you will have like 23 e4, in the sense like force of 4 zeros. So e4, e to the power of 4 and all. The same way 1.3 e4 like 4 zeros, and where the point is there, no, that's why it has taken 1 0 and all, and 0 is added in the next side. So 1.3 e4 here also same, minus is there, no, the same way. So to the mostly if you are doing any research, no, where you wanted to specific value e to the power of that particular number of tens and all, no, that time this float values they you will be using, where you need to define it by using float data type before that. Okay, automatically it will assign understands that it is a float variable, but if you wanted to assign that particularly to that and also, you can do that. Okay, so this is the float data type, and we have complex data type. Mostly like in the real time now, your integer and float mostly you will be using. Now I have so far I haven't gone through the complex data type. Okay, so far. So mostly you will be going using the integer or float and all. Not even defining it, like automatically the variable will be assigned to a particular data type. Okay, here is the complex numbers. This for the knowledge is that complex number with the j as the imaginary. So if you don't know the particular values after a particular point, suppose 3 plus 5j, so 3 plus 5 1 4 1 2 3 9, like that. No, if you don't know the particular, like we'll assume we'll stop the value to that particular point, and we'll keep the particular j as the value to it. Okay, that's how we'll be making like 3 plus 5j. Okay, complex of 5j and minus j and all, like that we can use here also the same way, negative, positive and all. We'll see the data type and all, that also we'll be seeing. So these are the three major three numerical data types, like integer, float, and the complex. Okay, so now if you are clear on the numerical data types now, please click on the like button, and please subscribe this channel. And if you are not able to understand and all, please comment it for any, if you have any query and all. Okay, now coming to the concept of type conversion. Okay, so type conversion is nothing but if suppose you have assigned a particular value. Okay, let us assume that you are for a x, no, you have assigned a particular value of 1 to it. Okay, you wanted to convert that into a float value, like 1.0 you wanted to that. Okay. The same way 3.6 is the y. Okay. Is the value. It's a float value. Okay. You have assigned it to a y variable. Okay. It's a data type of float data type. So you wanted to convert into a integer. Okay. Suppose like 1 x is equal to 1. Okay. You wanted to convert into a complex number. So that any type, no, you just wanted to convert that, no, you just need to add the particular data type before that and add the variable to it. So let us assume that here x is equal to 1. 1 is a data type. I have added float to it, float of x. Float of x, no, it will x is 1. Okay. Float means like decimal number, like 1.0, it will become 1.0. And where it will assign, it will assign to a variable called a. Okay. The same way y is, the value of y is 3.6. Okay. Whereas int, no, int is nothing but a whole number. Whole number is nothing, like you should have a single digit, like 3.6 means 3 or 4 you need to get. Okay. And the complex x is like 1 complex in the sense j is an imaginary part. Okay. So c is the value to it. Okay. We'll see what it prints and what is the type of that. Okay. Yes. So first one is the 1. So I said, no, 1 will become 1.0. b y 3.6, 3.6 will become 3. J x no will become 1 plus 0 j. Okay. That's how it is. The same float value type of a is float, in whatever we have been converted, no, the same thing it will come, integer and complex. So if you wanted to convert from one type to the another type, no, you just needed to add that particular keyword, float of that particular variable name, int of that particular name, and complex of that variable name and all. So that's how you need to convert from one data type to the other data type. So this you will see in the next video also, like related to the concept of casting and all, that we will see in detail and all. So this is how we convert between the numerical data types. So that's how we convert between the integer to float, float to complex, or float to integer, and complex to integer and all. That's how, like, we will just convert from one data type to the other data type. Okay. So that's the end of this video. And if you have any queries and all, no, you just comment it. Okay. So far we have discussed in the what is a data type and what are the built-in data types. Okay. Built-in data types like numerical, text, boolean, list, sequence mapping. Okay. Sequence mapping, array data types and all, memory types like byte array and all, these and all, non type. So these are the data types available in that. And the numerical data types, we have gone through the integer, float, and the float onto the complex. And what is the type conversion, if you wanted to convert from the one type to another type and all, that's how we will be going from float to integer to complex and all. So that's the end of this video. And if you have any queries and all, you can please just use the comment button, like where you can paste your query. I will just reply into that. And that's it. Like, happy learning.